Hello friends, this is Bharat and Meena Trivedi.
Varsha and Dilip.
Sapna
and Gaurav Lal,
Suvarna,
Arya,
and Manoj Khari.
Ilanga,
Sejal Desai,
Smita
and Vivek Chaudaha,
Anjali Desai,
T and Deepak Arora,
Pawan,
and Rinki Agrawal,
Sid,
and Archana Nair,
Danny,
and Rinku Mehta,
And Sunil Kiani.
Priyanka,
And Vinay Kedia.
I'm Johnny Jenkins.
Kiran Fincher,
Raj.
and Aradhna Asava.
Together.
We support
Good afternoon, friends. Like every week, here we are at our new time of 3:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon, bringing to you the HungerMitao program, filled with the latest updates about hunger in the area and across United States, as well as information about how the Indian American community is stepping up to become a large part of the solution in fighting hunger.
We are your hosts, Raj and Aradhna Sava, coming to you through the airways of Asia, a key partner of ours in this fight against hunger. Friends, through this radio show, in addition to raising awareness about the rampant hunger issue in the USA, we also share ways in which each one of us, in the spirit of Give Where You Live, can and is making a difference.
Please visit ntfb.org/HungerMitao to learn how this volunteer movement is unifying the impact of the Indian American community to fight hunger in North Texas. The website is ntfb.org/HungerMitao.
Friends, just 6 weeks ago, India's health minister declared that the country was in the end game of the COVID-19 pandemic. And on this Friday, India reported the world's highest single-day number of new cases since the pandemic began, for the second day in a row. India's second wave, which began in mid-March, has devastated communities and hospitals across the country.
It's so worrisome. India's situation has gone from stable to worse. COVID cases are rising, as are deaths. Huge demand for ICU beds. Hospitals running out of beds. Shortage of oxygen. Crematoriums and burial grounds being overwhelmed. States going back into lockdown, straining the economy and once again creating humanitarian issues for migrant workers and the poor.
As immigrants, we are ambassadors of our homeland and adopted land. With so many family members in India and our strong ties to India, our hearts go out to motherland. The country is under tremendous strain. We hope and pray that conditions are stabilized soon and India gets back on the path of recovery and healing. You know, Aradhna, away from India, I often catch myself humming, "Ay Watan, Mere Watan, Ay Watan, Mere Watan, Abad Rahe Tu."
RJAB, will you please play this song for us? As Indians in America, we do have a dual responsibility to contribute to our Janm and Karm Bhumi. Here in US, which is our Karm Bhumi, the 4 million strong Indian diaspora is stepping up and saying, "Hunger Mitao." And this is resulting in millions of meals for the food challenged, as well as the effort is getting noticed by business and community leaders. Just this week, HungerMitao received the Hometown Hero Award for Texas. So it's actually called the Hometown Hero for Texas Award.
That's right.
From Congressman Van Taylor's office.
Yeah.
And you know, the interesting thing was, we didn't know about it.
No, it was totally unsolicited.
So it was so unsolicited. They looked it up. They heard about the success of the efforts and they contacted us. Mm-hmm. And this comes on the heels of a similar recognition coming last month from Plano Mayor Harry LaRoselier.
That's right. A good friend of ours. In spite of these recognitions and broad media coverage about HungerMitao, we are still, and I might say often, asked what exactly HungerMitao is. Let me start by sharing what HungerMitao is not. HungerMitao is not another organization, not another 501c3, not a food bank of its own. HungerMitao, friends, simply is a movement.
That's right. HungerMitao, which means wipe out hunger, is a volunteer-driven grassroots movement focusing on raising awareness about hunger in the USA, improving community engagement, as well as channeling resources and contributions of the Indian American community to fight hunger through the Feeding America network of food banks. Since its launch in 2017, the movement has enabled over 35 million meals through Feeding America and food banks here in North Texas, Houston, New York City, Atlanta, and Seattle.
That means HungerMitao has now become a national level movement. Besides the 5 food banks we currently are at, food banks in Austin, Detroit, Bay Area, and right here in Tarrant County are anxiously waiting to launch HungerMitao at their food banks. The mission of HungerMitao is as much about eradicating hunger as it is about unifying the fragmented, disjointed efforts of the Indian American community and focusing it on a singular humanitarian cause of hunger.
People often ask, why do we need HungerMitao? Well, look at the need. There are numerous real-life stories of young folks, unemployed, single parents, heads of households, people taking care of sick or elderly, who have fallen on hard times due to the drastic slowing down of traditional economy. The problem is actually gut-wrenching. Also, HungerMitao is not just for helping the food challenged. Friends, it is our moral responsibility to give where we live, to contribute to improving conditions in the country where we make our living. So why HungerMitao? Because we need to also unify the efforts.
That's right.
HungerMitao as such has dual vision. Number one, to engage our resources in the fight against hunger to ensure nobody goes hungry. Secondly, to unify the community as a cohesive force so that the Indian American community is recognized as a leader in the fight against hunger.
HungerMitao, while not an organization, is driven by a set of important guiding principles. And they are: HungerMitao is a 100% volunteer-driven movement. HungerMitao is non-political, non-religious. No handling of money at HungerMitao. Resources are donated by people directly to Feeding America or to the food banks. Administration and reporting of the HungerMitao impact is done directly by the food banks.
Our operating model is simple and allows people, no matter what stage of life they are in, whether they are in the learning, earning, or returning phase, to engage and make an impact in the fight against hunger. Specifically, HungerMitao galvanizes and mobilizes resources of the Indian diaspora around 4 impact pillars: increasing hunger awareness, organizing volunteers, conducting food drives, and raising crucial funds for the food banks.
3 years into the HungerMitao journey, it gives us great pleasure to share with you that the Dallas-Fort Worth, North Texas-based Indian American community has raised over 10 million nutritious meals for the North Texas Food Bank for the children, seniors, veterans, and families in need across North Texas. And the HungerMitao movement is scaling new heights at the national level, closing in on enabling 35 million meals across the US.
You can well imagine, this work now requires sustained commitment of time, skills, and resources from many more passionate hunger fighters of the Indian American community. As such, we are happy to share with you HungerMitao 2.0,
That's right.
which was designed with input from several of the community members, in addition to the leadership at the North Texas Food Bank.
That's right, friends. HungerMitao initial launch has brought us to 10 million meals in North Texas, 35 million meals across the country. Now we have set our goals higher, and that's why we need HungerMitao 2.0. In this new model, 3 very critical roles have been established, which will guide and oversee all matters related to the HungerMitao with each of the respective food banks. First and foremost, every HungerMitao chapter will have 2 co-chairs. They will be the face of HungerMitao in their area, with a focus on carrying out the mission of HungerMitao in collaboration with their local food banks. This starts by building a HungerMitao steering council of equally passionate hunger fighters in the area, which we'll explain in a minute. Working closely with the food bank and the steering council, the co-chairs create a localized HungerMitao plan with concrete goals and establish a governance system to track the progress to be shared with the advisory council, the third role which we'll define in a minute. This role is ideal for retired professionals with estimated time commitments by each of the co-chairs of 4 to 6 hours per week. The term of co-chairs is 2 years, with one of the co-chair rolling out each year, giving an opportunity for other community members to step up and assume the role. If any of you out there can allocate that time and is interested in one of the co-chairs' role of HungerMitao here in North Texas, we encourage you to please drop us a note. Visit ntfb.org/HungerMitao and let's talk.
The second role is that of a steering council. A steering council is made up of 10 to 15 individuals committed to devote the time and effort needed to help make various hunger initiatives successful. Candidates may be self-nominated or invited by the co-chairs. So the steering council is a 1-year term with a commitment of a minimum of 4 hours a month,
Just 4 hours.
which is only 1 hour a week.
That's right.
We believe that this moderate time commitment will allow several people to be able to join the steering council and help steer this community movement forward.
That's right. And Aradhana, we are looking at doing a lot of initiatives, HungerMitao initiatives this year. That's why the larger number of people we have on steering council, the better. For example, we are looking at doing youth-related initiatives, seniors-related initiatives.
Right.
We are looking at upcoming HungerMitao month, year-end initiatives.
Right.
I mean, there are, and then we are also encouraging them to share ideas through which we can fight hunger locally.
Exactly.
So I think this is a exciting opportunity.
To me, it's very exciting because it allows many people to get engaged
Exactly.
and put their mark on the HungerMitao movement.
That's correct.
Right?
Correct.
And finally, the third role is that of the advisory council. The advisory council includes all the sponsorship circle members who have made a commitment of multi-year donations.
And we may need to pause here for a second, Aradhana, and just explain what is a multi-year commitment. I mean, these are our sponsorship circles where people make a 3-year commitment from anywhere from enabling 10,000 meals to 100,000 meals.
Or above.
Or above, that's
Yeah.
right. And we have few people who have committed to even more than that.
Right.
So these are automatically considered part of the advisory council?
That's right. In addition to being key participants in the annual strategy, the advisory council members will have an open invitation to a once-a-month 30-minute call for updates on HungerMitao, events, campaigns, etc., and an opportunity to ask questions and share ideas.
Listeners, HungerMitao 2.0 is here. We invite you to join the HungerMitao North Texas movement by taking on any one of those 3 roles. Just drop us a note. through the contact form on ntfb.org/HungerMitao, and we will share with you the description of the role and expectations, time commitments, etc. of any of the 3 roles that you are interested in.
Friends, the long lines at food banks continue to be a reminder that the impact of the pandemic on the lives and livelihoods of fellow human beings is far from over. Your engagement in the fight against hunger is critically important now more than ever. We hope you will consider joining us in HungerMitao 2.0, thus helping North Texas initiatives reach the next milestone of 25 million meals.
That's right, from 10 to 25 million meals.
It seems like a really high goal, Raj, but I mean, based on information we had shared with our listeners a few weeks ago, if there's 100,000 families here, very few have really engaged yet.
That's far, correct.
And very few have enabled 10 million meals.
That's right.
So if everybody engages, even at a small level,
That's right.
I mean, 25 million is nothing. We can easily supersede that.
Correct. Friends, we are living in very strange and uncertain times, afraid of what lies ahead. We need to continue to stay safe, vigilant, and extremely careful. However, let us not give in to fear. Remember, life is beautiful. Let's live each day to its fullest. Let's be generous, be kind, be caring, be our best. Let us show our Indian zeal and spirit. For us Indians, as the song goes, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. Abby, would you please play?
Friends, as we close our program today, we thank you all for your generosity and for caring about others around you. To the North Texas Indian American community, I thank you for caring, for volunteering, for helping organize awareness events, for running food drives, for making donations, for becoming multi-year donors, for joining the steering council, for giving your time, for giving in kind. And thank you, Phanesia, for becoming the mouthpiece for HungerMitao. We look forward to your ongoing support, and we count on your involvement as together we move towards the next milestone of 25 million meals for North Texas Food Bank.
Our mission, friends, is HungerMitao. And HungerMitao is as much about eradicating hunger as it is about unifying the fragmented efforts of our community and focusing it on the humanitarian cause of hunger. Let us come together as the entire Indian American community and show how we engage in any place we call home. We are smart, compassionate change agents who give where we live so our community benefits from our presence.
And until next week, friends, remember, while we may never be able to eradicate hunger, let us ensure no one goes hungry.
HungerMitao.